What's up, YouTube? So I got a message from another YouTuber, and she talked about how a lot of successful black men have commitment issues. I don't want to say who she is, but she made a good point. A lot of them do have commitment issues. But once again, the conversation stops there, right? We don't want to go deeply and think of other reasons to why a black man who has his shit together may have commitment issues, and not just because, I don't know, because all black men are players, and when we think with our dicks, right? So I want to do a video that that tries to give another angle or approach to why a lot of successful black men have commitment issues. First things first, right? If you're a woman, you want to fall in love with a man, right, that you can feel safe and secure with, emotionally, financially, and all that other good stuff, right? That's what you want to fall in love with typically, right? So it doesn't matter for you if a man is established. Quite frankly, you guys are better off by dating a man who's already established in your eyes, because, you know what, he can provide you with the security that you need. And it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, you can love him, with all your heart, because he can provide for you the sense of security. Even if you're doing your own thing, you still like that sense of security. And he can provide all that. And it makes sense. But people don't stop to think, what does a black man need in his life for him to feel like he can love a woman? Now, I'm not speaking for all successful black men. I'm just speaking in terms of, I'm not speaking for all men in general who are successful. I'm just speaking for black men. And the thing is, we value the struggle, in the sense that we value the path that we took, because it's like the road less traveled. That's what we value. Because at the end of the day, there's a pipeline straight from when you're born that takes black men and wants to funnel them into prison, wants to turn them into gangbangers, and all that other shit. So you have a better chance of going to jail and, not really being productive than you do with being successful. So we value our struggle. And we love the women who were there before we got successful, right? We love the women who saw our character and saw our moral and said, hey, I know you got a long ways to go, but I'm going to stick by you. That's what we love. So in a sense, yes, I'm going to come out and say it. If you see a black dude and he's already successful, you should already know that he's probably going to have a hard time loving you. And he is probably going to have a commitment issue. Simply because, you weren't there. I know it's not you per se, I know I just met you, but you have to understand his psyche and where he's coming from. Right? The world loves you when you're successful, but you're a non-issue when you're going through the struggle, right? Everybody's happy to see you and know you when you're successful, but when you're going through the shit, it doesn't really count for anything. And that's the hardest thing about it. So a lot of us embrace the fact that we got through what we had to get through, by ourselves. We thank our families and our friends, but in terms of that significant other, they're not there. I'm not even going to use white people. I'm going to use Asian people as an example, right? Typically, a lot of Asian couples meet early, right? They meet, when they're still in college. So none of them are really successful. But the woman knows that, hey, in time, he will be able to provide for me what I need to, feel safe and secure. So therefore, I can love him. And on the man's end, he's happy and knows that I can love this chick because she's here now. She knows that I work hard. She knows that I value family, and she's here now. So when we get our shit together, I have no problems in loving this woman. And of course, she's not going to have any trouble loving me, because we both get what we want out of it. That's the thing. You have a whole bunch of, black women talking about there's no successful men, or men don't want commitment. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. A lot of that shit is probably true. But, I mean, it's for these reasons that I just talked about. Like I said, it's hard. It's hard to love when we have a culture that embraces, the thugs and the gangsters. Right? The ideal black dude is Lil Wayne. Right? And the only way you can break that mold is if you're extremely successful. So that's where we get in. Like, we have to escape that. So you don't know how hard it is when you're on a college campus and you're a student, but everybody comes up to you and expects you to know where they can find some weed, right? Or, teach me how to crip walk, right? Or all that other bullshit. Right? That's how they see you. Even if you're in a college campus, that's how they see you. That's how the world treats you. But as soon as you become successful, it's open arms. Right? So I'm not trying to place the blame on black women. I'm not trying to say, once again, this is what black women aren't doing. I'm not trying to say that. All I'm trying to say is you have to understand it from our angle. Really, you have to. We got commitment issues simply because, the struggle that we have to go through just to even reach mild success is extremely hard. So stop and think about that before you throw out black men have commitment issues. Just think about it. I mean, think about it. If you're a woman who has her shit together, how much would you value the dude that was there in your life, right, when shit wasn't guaranteed, when you were still going through the shit? Just think about it.